Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2, Chapter 4.3 Notes, Part 2. Today our learning target is to be able to graph a line given a point and slope, and to be able to solve applied problems involving slope. So, let's go ahead and get started. If we remember from yesterday, slope is the rise over run or the fall over run. Okay, the slope tells us the direction of where we're supposed to go. Okay? So in these problems, they give us a point and they give us the slope, okay? This right here is where we start. So we need to go to the point -1, -2, and draw our point. From there, we follow the slope, okay? This is a positive slope, so it means we go up 3 and we go to the right 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, plot your point. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, plot your point, and there you go. Okay. When I'm drawing this, I like to make sure that I have points going throughout the graph. So if you notice, we're going up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, but I can't do any more. But if I do the exact opposite of the pattern, I can put one more point in. And that's just going to help you draw a better line. Okay. All right, looking at the next one, there's our starting point at 0, 1. Oh, that's not 0, 1. I'm checking to see if anyone's paying attention. There we go. Okay, and our slope is -3, and that's -3 over 1. Okay, which means that we need to go down 3 over 1. So 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay, doing the same pattern. There's my point above. Draw the line. Okay, number 3. Let's go ahead and pause the video and see how you do. Okay, and there's your slope. So just remember that you have to go down 4, right 3, okay? And we did the same thing at this 3 and 4, okay? It's just following the pattern. Okay, now we got a couple special cases here. Start at 3, 2. Let's see. And hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So at 3, 2, there's our point, and we have a slope of 0. Now, if you remember from yesterday, when m equals 0, that is a horizontal line, okay? So from here, you should be drawing just a horizontal line going across. And that's all you have to do for that one, okay? Just one of those ones that you need to know. Let's look at the next one, okay? Our starting point is 0, -3. And our slope is 2, and that's 2 over 1. So from our starting point, we go up 2, right 1, up 2, over 1, up 2, over 1, up 2, over 1. I can put one more point in right there, and then draw the line. There you go. Okay. All right, last one. -5 over 4, so we go -5 over 4. There's our point, and this is undefined. This is another one of those slopes that you just kind of need to memorize. Okay, so undefined slope, when your m is undefined, it's a vertical line. Okay, alrighty. Let's move on to the next part. It says find the value of the missing variable by using the given information. we've got our point 5 over 0 and negative 3 comma 1 or comma y, and our slope is 1/4. So 2 steps for this. First step is to use the slope formula. And in case you forgot it, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So here's step 1. We always talked about just writing down the formula like that. 0 minus y. We can actually move this up a little bit on the top. And on the bottom is 5 and negative 3. So on the top, we can reduce 0 minus y is just going to be minus y. Okay? On the bottom, we can do click, click, and we get 8. So there's my slope. Now, step 2 is to set up a proportion and solve. Now, proportion, two things that are equal to each other. We know our slope is negative y over 8. But over here it told us that the slope is 1/4. So what we do is we set those two things equal to each other and solve. And now this is just like last chapter, where you get negative 4y equals 1 times 8 is 8. And from here, all you have to do is solve for y, and our answer, y equals negative 2. Okay? Now, does that make sense? Negative 2 over 8, does that equal 1/4? Well, 2 over 8, is that the same thing as 1/4? It is. Okay? So negative 2 is our answer. So for number 8, we're doing the same thing, same steps. Okay? So 1 is to plug into the slope formula. We got negative 3 and negative 9. 8 minus x. On the top, you end up getting 6. In the bottom, we can't reduce that, so that stays the same. So now when we're setting up our proportion, we have 6 over 8 minus x equals 6 over 5. So we will be multiplying 6 and 8 minus x, and the other side you're multiplying 6 times 5, which you can do right away, which is 30. All right, so we have to distribute. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times x is 6. And from here, you go through and solve. Subtract the 48. We get negative 6x equals negative 18. Divide by negative 6. And x equals 3. And there you go. All right, let's go ahead and flip it over. Some of my favorite stuff is applied problems now, where we actually have to take what we've learned and apply it to real world situations. So remember slope formula, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So let's take a look. The graph models the number of members of a certain health club from 2006 to 2010. Question A. How many members did the club have in 2006? How many in 2010? Write them as an ordered pair. So if we're doing ordered pairs, we need to know what the x stands for and what the y stands for. on our graph. That's the x-axis, and that's the y. So the x is the number of years, and the y is the number of members. So the first year is 2006. And how many members do they have? All right, what did you get for the next one? Well, the year's 2010, and the number of members is 610, and that's just by looking at it. Okay, no math yet. So what type of slope is made by the graph? Is it a positive slope or a negative slope? Well, just by looking at it, it's a positive slope. And what does that mean in the context of the problem? Is that what happened? Well, over the time, the number of members in the health club, what'd they do? Increase, decrease? They increased, okay? And you can tell that because look at the line. The line's going up. All right, C. Find the slope of the line segment and explain what it means in the context of the problem. Now, finding the slope is using the equation. X's go on top, or not the X's, the Y's go on top. And the X's go on the bottom. So, the bottom you should be able to do right away and know that that's -4. Now, the other one is 610 minus 358, okay? You need to remember how to do the subtraction. You get 252, and that's going to be a -252. Okay, we're not done yet because we have to figure this out. We have to divide. So 252 divided by 4. 4 does not go into 2, but it goes into 25 6 times. Bring the 2 down, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. And a negative divided by negative makes this number positive. So there's the slope, but what's it mean? Okay, that means that each year the club got 63 new members because it's increased per year. Okay. Now you're going to do the same exact thing, except you're going to apply it to this one. Okay. The graph models the number of employees as a factory from 2008 to 2012. You guys are all on your own. Go ahead and pause the video and let's see how you do. Okay, so for part A, all you had to do was to find the points, 2008 and 517, and then 2012 and 393. What type of slope? It's a negative slope because it's going down. And in the context of the problem, it means the number of factory workers are decreasing. See, you had to find the slope. So plugging into the slope formula, you get 124 over -4. You can see all of my side work. Then we had to divide 124 by 4, and you get 31. And remember, it's a -31. So in the context of that problem, it means that there are -31 factory workers per year. So every year they're firing 31 people. Okay, well that's it for Algebra 2, Chapter 4.3 Notes, Part 2. As always, if you have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Thanks for watching, guys.